Hey guys, and welcome back. This is tutorial 14, and sorry I've been away for the past couple of days studying for exams and stuff, but I'm all done now and I've got 5 days off, so time to get started on some more of these. Anyways, if you notice down here, remember Sublime Text, my text area used to be a little black box? Well, that's the logo that comes, or the icon that comes with the program for now, but I actually was getting kind of bored of that. So I found another icon online. If you guys want this, just give me a heads up and I'll show you how to get it. I'll also show you how to change the icon if you guys don't know. If you're on a Mac at least. I'm not sure how you would do it on Windows. I haven't done that in a long time, but actually it's pretty easy probably. But anyways, if you guys want this for Mac, just give me a heads up and I'll tell you. I'll show you in a video probably. Anyways, so we're back to this, and here is our game so far. Our little jet game, and if we take a look at what it's like right now, we have the jet moving with the arrow keys or the WASD keys. It's moving at the speed for the jet right now. Jet speed 2. This means that it's moving 2 pixels for every time that the jet draw function is called. And if you guys remember, this jet draw function gets called whenever this draw function gets called. This is the main draw function where we're going to be calling everything. And this draw function gets called every FPS seconds, milliseconds. And FPS is equal to 10. So every 10 milliseconds, the jet is going to be drawing. Just so you guys know that, because it's going to be an important number. Well, it is an important number. Anyways, if we change the speed to 5, it's going to be moving the jet 5 pixels every, and we have to refresh. It's going to be moving the jet 5 pixels every 10 milliseconds, which is very fast. And right now, if the jet goes out of bounds, we can't see it, but eventually we're going to make it so the jet can't go out of bounds, maybe. Because that would, yeah, that's something you just have to do. Like, I'll show you how to do. Anyways, if we change the speed to 10, you'll just see it gets crazy. Anyways, in this, let's put it back to 2. In this jar, we're going to be making our first enemy jet, and to do that, let's actually, well, first of all, I'm going to go up to here, edit, cold folding, I'm going to fold all. This basically folds all of these little, of the functions, so it makes it easier to find stuff. So that's what I just did for now, so it's a little cleaner. Anyways, to start off, let's start right here. Let's make a new area for our work, enemy functions, and then let's end it off, enemy functions. Now, basically, the enemy is going to be like this jet, where it has its own functions, like jet, prototype, check keys. Oh, actually, before we get started with enemy, I want to change this portion right here. Instead of check keys, which is this function, we're just going to rename this from check keys to check direction. Check keys, I'm just doing this simply because of the name. Check keys is a little, it doesn't really tell you what the jet's really checking. It's like check keys. It doesn't tell you what it's doing. But if you say check direction, then it makes sense. It's just for programming, coding, or not skills, but like programming practices. It's a good practice to do, to name functions what they really do. And really, the jet is checking which direction it's supposed to be going. That's why we renamed it. And if we refresh quickly, oh, we have an error. I must have messed up. Check direction. Oh, no S. Check direction. There we go. And just for that, let's open up our Google Inspector, Google Chrome Inspector console, so it tells us if there's any errors. Anyways, in this first video, what we're going to have to do is, well, I get at the beginning of this series, I told you guys we're going to be using a couple of canvases. This one's the background. This one's the jet canvas where the jet moves. Let's make a new oh, actually not in here, sorry. First of all, we have to go to our HTML page. Now, we want to make the new canvas in here, and we want to copy this one and just put it right below the canvas jet one and rename this canvas enemy. Perfect, just like that. So now we have 3 canvases. And if you guys remember, in our CSS file, we have canvas jet. We set some styling properties to it. We set the display to block and the margin -500. that makes the canvas jet appear right over top of the canvas background. We want the canvas enemy to be the same thing. So what we're going to do is put a comma right here, and then put another ID hash symbol, and then put canvas enemy. Now, if we refresh our page and we check our elements tab and our body, inside here we'll have the canvas background, the jet, and the enemy. They're all the blue. The orange is like margin or padding or something. I think. Let's go back here. Margin 100. That's just the space around it. But anyways, canvas jet, it's the blue outline. Same with the canvas enemy. So perfect, they're overlapping. And I will put these files on minus after this tutorial. Okay, so we're done with this file now. I'm just going to exit it here. And index we're also done with. So now we're back here. Now every time we create a new canvas, first of all, we have to describe the canvas in our JavaScript. To do that, let's just copy the canvas jet one. And instead of canvas jet, let's do enemy. Everywhere you see jet, just put enemy in this little area. Canvas enemy, and then one final here. Okay, so canvas enemy equals that. Perfect. Now we have described our canvas for our enemy. Next part we do is actually come down into our enemy function area. So just like our jet function, just like our jet function right here, it has a bunch of variables that are only for it. That's what this keyword does. It says that these variables are only for a jet. So I'm going to copy this. And actually, before I do that, guys, I want to move draw X and draw Y. I'm just going to put them below the speed variable. This just keeps, I'm just doing this purely for the heck of it, kind of. Source X, source Y, and width and height, they're parts of the jet that are descriptive. Same with the speed, but draw X and draw Y are a little different. I just put them at the bottom because this stuff mostly is for how we find the jet on our sprite. But draw X and draw Y, I don't know. It's just my choice. You guys can leave it there if you want. But draw X and draw Y, I'll just leave it right there. Okay, so what I said I was going to do is copy this whole function, come down into our enemy functions, paste it, and instead of jet, we want enemy, and source X and source Y. So actually, first of all, let's get rid of these keys because we don't need them for the enemy. The enemy's going to be moving by itself. Anyways, so let's go over to source X. We have to check our sprite. So I actually purchased Pixelmator a couple days ago because the trial is running out. Anyways, it's a great program. I love it for Mac. And I just turned on this little toolbar which tells you where certain X and Y pixels are. To turn it on, if you guys haven't, just go to View and go to Show Info Bar. It'll be right there. Anyways, so that makes it easier to find where our jet is. I just zoomed in. And our X coordinate is still 0 for the enemy jet. And our Y coordinate is 540. And you can see up there, it kind of shows 540 when you're over it. Just like that. Anyways, so we have to go in here. Source X, 0. Source Y, 540. Width and height, they're the exact same as our jet. If we go back here, width 100, height is 40 still. That's perfect. And our speed, yeah, let's leave speed at 2 for now. Now, this draw X and draw Y, for now, I'm just going to put to 300. No. Let's see, draw X 500. Whoops. 500 and draw Y 300. This is just for our first test. I just left it at that. Eventually, the jet's going to be coming in from the right side, going by itself along the way, and we're going to have to shoot them down. Anyways, draw X and draw Y, we'll leave it at that for a second. Next, we want to copy this jet draw function. Instead of jet, we want enemy. And we can leave draw because it's going to be drawing the enemy. Now, instead of clear ctx jet, first of all, we need to copy the clear function. And instead of jet, of course, we need enemy. And same as well here. ctx enemy. Okay, so instead of CTX jet, here we want CTX enemy. If you guys remember, we have to clear the canvas before we draw the new, oh, let's get rid of this, before we draw the new image, because if you don't clear the canvas, basically the jet, whenever you move the jet, it's going to be showing the old jet's position too. So it's going to be one big zigzag line of jets. Anyways, let's go back here. Clear CTX enemy, good. We have a function for that now. And instead of CTX jet, let's use the CTX that we just created up here, CTX enemy, which is right here now. And this stuff right here, guys, is basically exactly the same. Our image sprite, that's still referring to our sprite, where to find our enemy jet picture. Source X, source Y is source X, source Y. Width, height, same thing. Draw X, draw Y. Where is the jet going to be drawn? 500, 300. And width and height have to be the same there too. Now, if you guys remember again, we had to create a function up here called jet1. Now, in our game, when we're going to be making a lot of enemy jets. Now, the manual way is making basically var enemy 1, whoops, and then var enemy 2. I put var enemy 2. Basically doing this over and over again, like a million times. We're not going to do that. Let's undo that actually. Whoa. We're not going to do that because that is not good programming. We can do this automatically, make it automated in a way, and we're going to be getting into that in the next tutorial. But first thing is we're just going to do this for testing. So we're going to create a new enemy right here, var enemy. Inside init, I also want to move something in here. I want to cut this out and put it at the very top. Basically, I want to create a jet before it tries to start drawing the jet. So that's why we name our stuff up here before we start drawing it. So enemy 1 equals new enemy. 2 brackets and that. Now we have an enemy up here described with var. We told enemy 1 that it is an enemy, and here's our enemy stuff that will be for our enemy 1. Anyways, if we refresh and we have an error. Oh no, we don't have an error. Oh, I forgot. In our draw function, we call jet1.draw. Now we need to call enemy1. Whoops, dot draw. Perfect. Now, thumbs up, it'll crop. Yes, it's drawn now. Perfect. So just like that, guys, we have an enemy jet. Now, we can pretty much do circles around it right now because the jet doesn't do much at all. It's just sitting there. It doesn't have any brains or any AI, artificial intelligence, yet. But no, I probably won't. But eventually the jet will just be moving across by itself, which is perfect. So we're going to be getting rid of some of this stuff in the next tutorial, like this enemy 1 here and this here. We're going to be changing it so we can make it more automated. But anyways, I think that is it for this tutorial. Yeah, I'd say that's it for this tutorial. So next tutorial, we're going to be making the jet move across by itself, which is going to be pretty sweet. Actually, guys, I don't know if you guys played oh, wait, I already showed you. Anyways, yeah, never mind. Next tutorial, we're going to be making the jets more automated, so the enemy jets just fly in from the right side and by themselves. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next tutorial. All right, bye.